Okay, welcome to the second session of the Python Django. At this moment, we want to do the business transaction. Okay, so what is a business transaction? It means we do uh, the trading between the value. So what the case study that we are doing is the wallet app. So what we're gonna do is we create the wallet app, and then the people use the real money to buy the virtual money in our wallet app. Okay. So in order to start this one, you need to know the object-oriented concept, that is encapsulation, inheritance, and progressivism. We will not tell you that this is inheritance and this is encapsulation, but we use Python Django. So the Python Django itself, everything we use the suite of Python Django is on these three object-oriented concepts. Okay, so you need to know data model. I mean, we want to create the database, right, to collect the data, and then the REST API. So these two of these two concept of the Python Django, we did it in the previous tutorial already. Okay, so today the GitHub is gonna be this location. So I have the location here. And then before we start, please make sure that you access to our Google Drive. So in my Google Drive, I have the note after midterm note. In the previous question, we collect the data about the we collect the data about the product, right? So in this question is on about wallet app. Okay, so let's see what we could do with the wallet app. Okay, so the wallet app, this one is like Swiftlet. So we have the account A, account B. For what is the meaning? It means that in the beginning, we external entity, right? Maybe the some actor outside. What we're gonna do in the account A is we deposit money. I mean, you think about the wallet app like the food court scenario. The food court scenario is mean when you go to buy the food, they did not allow you to pay the cash, right, or pay the money directly to the merchant or shop, right? So you need to buy the coupon. The coupon is like virtual money. So our application, the wallet application, is like when the people deposit using the real money, right? The Thai baht, US dollar, Japanese yen, or the Chinese yuan, something like that. So when the people actually using the real money to buy, so we call deposit. So the system collect the cash, right? The system collect the cash, and then the system give back the account A virtual money. So that's what we call deposit, and then we keep transfer. We keep transfer. So when we transfer to the another account. Most of the time, it's the shop, right? I mean, actually you can transfer account to another one wallet, but sometimes in the food court scenario, it means that we just like to give the money away, something like that. So you keep transfer until end of day, right? At end of day, you get the coupon in hand, so you go to withdraw. I mean, you withdraw, so you give the virtual money back to the system, and then they give you the real cash. You think about the shop, they get your money, right? They get the transfer record, so they get the credit, the balance, like, and then they get at the end of the day they go to withdraw. Most of the time, the food court business is that when the shop get the money, they gonna deduct some percent, like the administrative fee, and then including they need to have the rent. Okay, but that is beyond our scope. Okay, so we set up the environment. Okay, so we install the Django and Django REST API. At this moment, I think the REST API no need because the Django is included. I mean, the REST API is included already. So let's starting to do this one. So like I told you, it is a good idea for you guys to have the notepad. Okay, we have something like the notepad. So we set the project. The project name actually we just type by search project 2. Okay, this one, and then this time this is the wallet. Okay, something like this. Okay, so we start the PyCharm. Okay, and then I create a project. That is the Q2. I have the Q2 project. Okay. So for your guide, don't need to remember how to install and then how to create a database, but we're gonna do create a database later on. And so you didn't need to remember because I have a note or if you take a note somewhere else, or you can go to maybe some note or some textbook or some tutorial So in Python Django Essential, we have the way to do it already we have app name, let's see, Django, right? So we just copy this one, but we need to check it to our project name. So change this one to two and then the pip install Django. This one should be normal. Okay, so at this moment, let's start doing this first. Okay, so we have the empty Q2. So what I'm gonna do is I go to terminal and then install Python Django. Then install Django. Okay, so after we install the Django, it's gonna take some time in my computer, so therefore we go to terminal one. So this one we're gonna do the my side project too. For you guys, you the last tutorial, the previous tutorial actually, this is the my side project one, right? Not 1% my side project, so I have number two, in order to differentiate. So we have like project two, so we create it, and then if you remember, if you did not remember, it's okay I have note in here So what you need to do is you need to go to your location that you are doing something like this. I go to I show you the location. In this location, I go to the inside the project, right? And then I move the py file out one level. So this one is the way we are doing. And so we put move the file out one level, and then we copy all of this one, cut, and then go out one level as well. So therefore, you're gonna see they have my side project two times, right? But inside one is empty already because I deleted it. So I just get rid of it. So we're gonna have Q2 and then my side project, and then in the Q2 have managed py and then folder my side project. So what I need to do is in main, I set the configuration to become the manage the py. So if you want to do Python Django, this step you should learn by heart because it's normal every time you need to do and then I run and then after I run they're gonna have the server they establish the server, so I copy the location, go to the browser, and then you should see Python Django. Okay, that's it. So this one is on you need to do for setting up. So let's go back to our topic and then see next. So the REST API no need to do at this moment. So we just have only, yes, we do the entire wallet application. We just have only to 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 database model or to database. You may wonder that is this how can it become like this? I mean, you're supposed to have one table for deposit. You have to have one table to pay the money, right? I mean, buy the food, right? And then another one table to record the withdrawal transaction. Actually, you can do that, but you do not need to at this moment. Why? Because we just do only wallet app. We did not do something like the POS system that we need to record the detail of product detail. For example, if the people go to buy some chicken rice, right? So we didn't need to record chicken rice. That one is the matter of the shop. Our wallet app is mean just transfer the money. So yes, we just need only two account two database model or two table like account ID account name and then type and then transfer is mean transfer to the account Okay, so this one Django web application, this one you should familiar with that. At this moment, what we're gonna do is the backend application. So we have the URLs, like, and then URLs is we call it by using the REST API. So the REST API is in the view, and then the view is in the model.py. So all you need to do is you just call the URL and then we're gonna call the REST API service, something like that. So our scenario is uh, the cross application of e-wallet is the food court business model. The idea is you use the real moneyนะครับ like I told you Thai baht US dollar to purchase a virtual money and use virtual money to buy goods and services in a trusted environment system. Another example is cryptocurrency in-game money promotion point. Okay, so we need to create an account นะครับ and then we're gonna have initialization in case 5 นะครับ so maybe we do the case 1 and then we need to jump to case 5 นะครับ okay, and then the account is okay, it's like the master data, right, and then the transaction is like need to involve two account นะครับ so what we need to do is the business logic means we need to avoid duplicate account. For example, if the people have one money, one piece of money, right? You cannot double spending. So most of the time we use the physical token like the coupon นะครับ maybe we need to use the identity นะครับ like the ID card, student ID card นะครับ so when we use the physical token, I mean it can be the coupon, it can be the coin. So when you spend it, you give it away นะครับ but for the wallet app what we do is mean every time you spend the money it's gonna record นะครับ it's gonna record and then you cannot double spending. So if you have 10 baht, if you spend 5 baht, you should have balance 5 baht, right? So what we support to do is when we support to check balance first and then we allow to spend, and then after we spend we're gonna have the money left in the balance นะครับ okay, so we have the case to deposit. However, we will not do the case 2 jet. We're gonna jump to the case 5 นะครับ first นะครับ but because if we do the long courses, for example, if we have 3 weeks for this topic, we're gonna start case 1 with no account type and no remark, and then we gonna wipe it out and then start it. But actually this one is like the short tutorial, so we're gonna do it only one time. Okay, so at this moment what we're gonna do is we need to set up Python Django, the URLs นะครับ and then setting the Python Django admin user. So we're gonna do the admin after you doing the account transfer นะครับ so at this moment we need to set the URLs first, and then if you know in order to set URLs we need to set up the application นะครับ yeah, something like this. Okay, so we set up the application first. However, in the previous version we have something like the name of the app is another name, right? So today we're going to use the one app นะครับ not the catalog app, right? Previous example. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the application. Okay, now we have wallet app นะครับ if you go to see the folder you can see the folder already นะครับ okay, so let's go next นะครับ how can we do นะครับ if you remember we need to do set up one by one, right? So in the beginning what we do is we do the URLs at setting นะครับ so in the Django Essential we do master 02 branch, right? But we did not need to go back to master 02 นะครับ we can go to the brand for this tutorial นะครับ so let's check whether in this tutorial which code that we are showing. Okay, I didn't tell case number 3 create account master 06 นะครับ Mr. 06 นะฮะ okay, so let's go to the 06 06 in here. Okay, so we go to the my side project and then we do one by one นะครับ so as first we do setting we need to import the OS and then user template DAR นะครับ so we go to the setting นะครับ and then if you remember import OS, this one is very vital นะครับ so in every application we do it again and again นะครับ and then this line, I remember, we need to do three tabsนะครับ. We have wallet app. Okay, in the example we have raised framework, but actually we uh, just use wallet app should be enough นะครับ. Let's I check with her. Okay, the set wallet app just enough นะครับ. No need to do the REST framework because it's built in already. App wallet app here. Okay, yeah. Okay, we do the wallet app, something like this. Have to have wallet underscore app. Okay, maybe I check the previous node just to make sure that we didn't, maybe in the master 05 should be, this one should be the catalog app. Okay, let's I check whether do we need to have the REST framework. We didn't need to นะครับ I mean in the example maybe I didn't it all นะครับ Okay, next one นะครับ we go back to the master 06 and then we go to the my side project 2 we do setting already นะครับ and then URLs นะครับ in the URLs you need to import part include and then wallet app นะฮะ so I set the URLs first นะฮะ but here นะครับ and then since they didn't have they need to have the include like import path comma include. Okay, here we are. So we have the URL setting นะครับ so what next we go to the Python Django essential we have URL setting we have templates นะครับ and then the URLs of the app in the Django essential we do catalog app but for us is the wallet app นะฮะ so we go to the folder wallet app and then we do the templates นะครับ we do the templates and then we go to PyCharm and then in the wallet app we create new Python URLs and then in the Python URLs you go to check นะครับ this one is we just point the URL so if we go to our application so next time we will not need to do the project anymore we need to go to the application นะครับ so they have register account and then transfer นะครับ in the view นะฮะ something like this so we just copy all and then we just need to have the transfer account and the register account นะครับ I mean to create the account นะ Okay this one is URLs นะครับ but in the beginning นะฮะ I want to try creating the model first so maybe I will remove this two นะครับ I mean we gonna do the home page first and then we gonna go back to put the view of the that two step later on นะฮะ Okay so at this moment we do the view and then I think the last one supposed to go is the model นะฮะ we have the views นะครับ the views so I think we do the view just for testing the application first นะฮะ so I go to wallet app and then I go to view Okay, so we're gonna have you see register account and transfer. So I gonna go to this one later because it's quite big. So at this moment, what we gonna go is we gonna do the home page first. We're gonna have the home page in our view first. This one I close the one we will never touch it again นะครับ and then go to views. That is the home page นะครับ homepage.html so I just create the homepage.html in order to make sure that it's running นะครับ and then in the homepage.html they should have some code inside like thisนะครับ add extra episode so this one should be our homepage. Okay, now we have the wallet app. We have on of this one already. So I think we finish the Django essential. So we come back to the business transaction นะครับ in the business transaction we I think we need to go to the part to do the account and transfer model นะครับ okay so let's say check whether support to the model account okay so before we go into the REST API นะครับ let's see the accounting principle first นะครับ so in the slide number 15 นะครับ we talking about the accounting principle before we do the model นะครับ accounting principle is mean that when we record the transaction or we record the business entity or when we run the business let's say นะครับ the assets gonna equal to equity and liability นะครับ something like this so asset what is the asset asset is mean the entity containing the value minus and plus นะครับ that we call debit นะครับ so I mean anything นะครับ anything you have support when you have the business like your building นะครับ your building your stock your desk chair computer นะครับ whatever that we call is the asset นะครับ asset is mean something like the 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 entity of the business unit that you own นะครับ I mean you some the people you that is belong to you something like this นะครับ sometimes asset can be intangible right for example the right like the copyright the copyright or the right to do something like the license นะครับ something like that this can be asset นะครับ however every asset in the world นะครับ that is gonna have two parts that if it is equity it means that is the portion of asset belong to the owner suppose your company have 1 million baht everything you have let's say 1 million baht but you owe the bank right you have a debt to the bank 800,000 baht so it means your equity is 200 because 200 that belong to you another 800,000 that belong to the bank นะครับ so when you run the business it's always like this นะครับ the equity is mean it's belong to you and liability is mean portion of asset belong to debtor นะครับ or that we call credit นะครับ something like that นะฮะ so it mean if you have liability you support to pay นะครับ you support to pay later for example in the food court when the people come when you go to eat the food in the food court like actually when you buy the coupon that coupon is mean the system or the food court is in debt right it mean if you bring the coupon back they need to pay the money back to you นะครับ something like that okay so this one is the accounting type นะครับ the balance is mean the business logic นะครับ you cannot transfer the money you did not have so therefore whenever we're gonna do transaction we need to check balance first นะครับ and then if the balance is enough we gonna do the transfer record นะครับ so the money is gonna be the something like the debit subtract by credit นะครับ something like this however if you are doing the equity it's gonna be the different side นะฮะ something like that okay so let's create the model first and after we create the model we gonna do explanation about the model นะครับ so we go back to our source code and then you go to wallet app and then models.py นะครับ so at this moment I think it is a good idea that before you create the model you should prepare something like the super user admin นะครับ admin password so I can use the on the phone at the admin username and then they need to have the email right so I just use the Gmail นะครับ and then the password can be anything นะครับ so I can say ABC 1 2 3 4 ABC นะครับ something like this one so you need to have some level of complexity you cannot say A B C D E F G they do not allow okay so at this moment นะครับ I go to the model so we have the voice choice and then we have the accounting นะครับ the business field we gonna do explanation later นะครับ so this one is on like the account one so we copy the raw one and then go to the model นะครับ and then we gonna just paste on of this one นะครับ so here นะครับ account model account Okay, and then the transfer นะครับ yes in order to do business transaction like the wallet app we need only to update นะครับ we need only to update so I'm gonna stop the Django and then I'm gonna stop the Django and then we go to the terminal นะครับ and then we gonna continue นะครับ creating this three things นะครับ gonna two things actually นะครับ so in Python Django essential we're gonna have the the command นะครับ so I have these three command okay so for these three command นะครับ we gonna use it only for this one นะครับ the first two every time you have the update the model นะครับ or update the code maybe you need to run it but for create super user you just run only one path นะครับ so I'm gonna go to make migration in here okay so we create the code for the database and then the migration we actually run the code and then the last one นะครับ this means we're gonna need to do the super user okay py okay py create super user นะครับ so I use this one นะครับ these three the information maybe I just type this is here send for นะครับ for you you can use anything you want นะครับ you don't need to use by okay and then the password is abcd 1 2 3 4 abcd abcd 1 2 3 4 abcd okay abcd 1 2 3 4 abcd okay now everything is ready but you have to do the admin นะครับ to do the admin because if you do not do the admin you will not see นะครับ whether you create the database correctly or not so I go to the admin นะครับ the admin okay so we copy on of the code and then we go to admin so the admin is nothing it's just uh, here นะครับ we just say from dot model it means you get the model and then you need to have the object these two objects are two classes that is the account and transfer so we get the register so if everything is correct you need to click run and then when you click run you're going to have the website right นะครับ so if you go to this website that you do นะครับ so it's gonna become at extra episode because it's your home page and then you do select admin นะครับ you see if you do the admin นะครับ they're gonna have the web server so you gotta use omniscient for that and then the account I create the password I create abcd 1 2 3 4 abc นะครับ and then you should have account transfer and yes that's it นะครับ this is all you need to do in order to create นะครับ the account model so we're gonna go back to the use case number I think this one we need to come back to use case number one right but we need to do initial use case number one first so I think maybe the next one is should be the initial account นะครับ something like this okay so at this moment we gonna register it maybe in the next video